We're going to talk about taking blood pressure manually. All right.
Hi, Divine. I'm Colleen. I'm going to be taking your blood pressure today.
Okay.
Do you have a preference on what arm I use?
Left is good.
Okay, great. I was going to say, and you have a long sleeve shirt on, but I see it's pretty light. So I'm just going to take your blood pressure through your shirt. If I was to have you roll it up, it actually could create a tourniquet and make it really tight. If it was anything thicker, I'd have you take it off, but this is thin enough. We should be good.
Okay.
All right. So when we're taking blood pressure, I like to sit and be at the patient's level. That way I can hold their arm since my table isn't really close by. When I'm placing the cuff, you want to make sure, first of all, you have it the correct way. So you'll notice there's this side against limb. So obviously you want that up against the arm. And then the artery mark on the outside. This is where I'm going to kind of see the crease in her arm, place my 2 fingers, and then I'm going to place that artery mark right above. And I'm going to move her shirt just a little bit out of the way. I want to make sure the cuff is nice and tight. I don't want it too tight, but I also don't want it too loose. So I want to see a little bit of movement. Now I have this tail. I don't like it to flap, so I just like to tuck it so it is out of the way. It also creates a nice little holder for my sphygmomanometer. All right, so now I'm going to have my patient. Please make sure you do not cross your legs, and please do not talk to me while I'm taking your blood pressure.
Okay.
Now I want to make sure my stethoscope is forward facing. Now my eardrums go in. This way would actually be the incorrect way. So I'm going to rotate it so it's going in my ears. An easy way to check to make sure it's correct is to give a little tap and shock yourself and you'll know it is correct. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure the bulb, and I like to hold the bulb in my hand this way. So I place the bulb right here in the palm. My thumb and my pointer finger are able to adjust easily. Now you want to think left to the left is loose, so lefty-loosey, and right is tight, righty-tighty. So I want it tight, but I don't want it too tight where it's hard to adjust. So I do want it tight enough. And you'll notice as I'm taking my patient's blood pressure and I release it, I'm gonna be releasing it very slowly. So notice you'll see my fingers moving a little bit. So I'm gonna make sure it's tight. I'm gonna take my stethoscope and come under the cuff, and I'm gonna use it with my 2 fingers. You want to make sure you're not using your thumb because your thumb has its own pulse. And now I'm gonna take my patient's arm and I'm going to put it under my. Okay, I'm gonna begin taking your blood pressure. Now I'm going to pump up to between 160 and 180. You don't wanna go above 180. And anytime it starts to slow down, I'm going to release it to keep a nice and steady speed. And I'm hearing her blood pressure. Once I stop hearing it, I'm going to release. Divine, your blood pressure today was 122/82.
Okay.
So that is within normal limits.
Okay. Thank you.
Now I'm going to take your pulse. And I'm just gonna have you rest your arm right here. And I'm going to follow the pulse line of her finger, of her thumb. Again, using my 2 fingers, not using my thumb. And I'm going to get a pulse read for 30 seconds. So in that 30 seconds, I got 31 beats. So I'm going to double it. So that is going to be divine. Your pulse today is 62 beats per minute. That is also within normal limits.
Nice.
All right, so we are going to get started. I'll go let the doctor know you're ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.